Introducing the Hit Circle.
It all started here with the Osu tutorial. Although it probably didn't. I probably played one of the bundled maps like My Love for my first beat map. But it's been a long time. It's been almost 5 years. It has been 5 years actually since I started playing. Right before summer of 2014 is when I began to play this game, and here we are in April 2019. And I'm still playing. It's been 5 years, half a decade. It's crazy to see people like Doomsday who played for 10 years, and it's crazy to see how different people improve as well. People who are 2-digit in like 2 years of playing. It's really cool to see how much there is in this game and how different it can be for everyone, how different everyone's experience can be. But here, today, I wanted to make a video showing my 5 years of improvement, my 5 years of experience gaining for myself and for you guys, just to show that it would be cool. I know this has been done before, but I feel like everyone has their own unique take on it, so here's mine. And originally this video is going to be showing just clips of plays throughout my 5 years, but it turned into me wanting to sort of come in and have slight commentary on certain periods of improvement throughout that time. And so, with that said, hope you enjoy, and let's get into the first map. Quo Vadis. That is, I don't think that's how you say that. But, Nightcore, Hard Rock, HD, oh boy. That's my beginning right there. Now this play is from October 2014, not pre-summer 2014. It's the earliest replay I could find. And this is basically my start to Osu. I mean, other than Nomad, you know, My Love, and those few bundled beat maps and like the easiest difficulties to learn the game, DT or Nightcore, HD, and HR were what I played. Felt fast to do this on like normal difficulties, and it was easy. But oh, it didn't seem easy, right? Look at me getting that 100%. Turns out it's quite easy to do. But seeing that rank go up like crazy when I played maps like this after starting out was nice. I didn't understand PP. I barely had any maps, like less than 50, probably. But that's how I started, and it wasn't just this map, it was most normal difficulties that I had at the time. I would play with these 3 mods. And unfortunately, those are the only 2 replays that I have for 2014. But come 2015, I began to play without HD and without HR, just focused on DT, and just raising my star rating a little, not really focusing on improving or anything like that. Just playing the game, playing maps I enjoyed with low level diffs with DT, and it was pretty fun. And this is also the year where I first really learned about PP and got my first PP plays. Passcode was my very first PP play, I guess I could call it. I think there were a few others at the time, but this was the first where I played the map over and over again until I FC'd it, I guess. Lots of retries, lots and lots of retries. I did get that 100% though. Relatively easy, I suppose. But I remember feeling so good. Feeling oh so good to get this. And see that rank go up. AR8 DT was the thing to do, and it felt so easy to transition to from how I started playing. Still with not much focus on like specific improvement, and still pretty much only playing DT. And as 2015 moved on, I expanded into longer maps. Got my first longer play that was still worth PP on a play in a map that meant a lot to me at the time because I really liked the song. It was my first time trying out something longer, still with DT though, of course, and I felt like I was getting a lot better, maintaining a higher combo and really enjoying the game and playing the maps all the way through. It was a super good feeling and a super good time. I actually remember showing these replays back in 2015, I guess, to my mom. I remember this one very specifically, showing her and being like super proud. I don't know what she thought. May never know. Good times though, good times. Welcome to 2016, where not much has changed other than my skin and star rating increase and more focus on PP, and that's what this was. Oh boy, more focus on PP. The improvement kept going as I kept playing more and raising my star rating. DT improvement with AR8 and slightly above AR8 DT maps was coming naturally as that began to be, and as it always was, what I played. And it continued. Brought me that good PP and those good rank gains, as you'll see through some of the stuff this year. Another play that really meant a lot to me, this one. It really means a lot to me, I guess. I was coming onto the later years of my anime watching, and as I did with a lot of Osu, still playing a lot of anime openings that I liked. Here I was watching Anohana, and playing this song, and being so proud of this play because it was longer. I was going back after some shorter PP farming with DT to longer maps, and playing it over and over again until I FC'd all the way through. And I think I FC'd more than once just to try to improve my accuracy because I wanted this score so badly. And I finally got it. But DT long maps weren't the only long maps that I started to play. I started to get a little bit into no mod, as we'll see. Actual long no-mod plays, I couldn't believe it. And longer DT plays again as well with this map. And this map was actually a top 50 I was going for that I still might have. I don't think I do. Maybe I do, but I had it at the time and I was really proud of it. I really began to focus on my own self-improvement. And this is also when I realized that I single tap. Like throughout this play, right now, I'm single tapping, where I noticed other people would alternate. I learned that that's just my thing, and it helped with a lot of DT farming. But I remember there was some other big no-mod maps that I was really into at the time and getting these longer scores on. One of them was Knee William. I really, really remember that one. But I was really happy with where I got at the end of 2016, and enjoying Osu still more than ever, feeling better than ever at the game, feeling like I could hold longer combos, get PP where I wanted to, and feeling like I was improving. ...2017 was a big year for me related to Osu, and in general, lots of stuff happened in 2017. But as far as my Osu improvement goes, I really expanded what I played. Different no-mod maps, big boy DT PP stuff at the time, at the rank I was, and I wish I remembered what rank I was. 4K, maybe, around most of 2017? 4 to 3K, 5K maybe? But so much stuff happened this year, as we'll see with my improvement, and so many new things that I tried as well. Map was some big PP for me at the time. And when I farmed this year, especially with stuff like that, it was just constant retrying as soon as I would miss, because I realized these maps are worth so much PP, the maps that I would farm at the time with DT. And they are so easy to get tilted on, and it's so tempting to just retry as soon as you miss, and I did that. And it really harmed my consistency, especially related to farming and ranking up. A piece of advice that lots of people have said, and many of you have probably heard before, but retrying as soon as you miss, especially on short farmy stuff, harms your consistency. Playing maps all the way through over and over again feels good. But I began to expand into trying out some stuff with hard rock like this play, and it didn't take me too long to get a feel for it, and I was pretty happy with what I was able to do, even if it was low BPM. And not only hard rock, but also more reading heavy stuff as I mentioned previously in the video. I was trying to just, expand what I did, expand my available maps that I was able to play and increase the difficulty along doing so. And it was also after this play and into the next that I began to start streaming me playing Osu. And I didn't have as much fun farming and playing short DT farm maps on stream as I did playing all the other things, basically, that I've mentioned. And things from here on out, although there's some big DT stuff, definitely change. Fox 4 Rays with Hard Rock. Look at this. Whichever difficulty this is. Kamal's Special Edition, if that's how you say that. This is one of those maps that fit what I was describing, and it's such a... Like, if you look at the previous plays in this video, all the ones with DT, it's such a change from those, but it felt so good to move on into this. And this year especially, and 2018 as we'll see, and 2019 even, is when I really felt like I was improving more so than ever. Expanding what you do and expanding the types of maps that you play just helps you out so much. And there's so many plays from this time that I wish that I had. I know I have some stream highlighted stuff at the time, some early stream highlights like this. And even streaming as well, like in that previous map, and even in this map with the bursts that are in this, were something that I was not able to do until I started doing it more. I guess, again, that's kind of obvious, but it's really the type of thing where if you spend some time increasing by like 10 BPM at a time, burst training and all of that, it really helps. Obligatory first ever Ghost Rule play for myself that I need to include here. One of my last replays that I have actually in 2017, so it fits pretty well. This is one of those maps that I saw other people playing and never thought I'd be able to pass, and after just getting better, it wasn't that hard anymore. Although I think I almost failed, but I began to try stuff like this, stuff that I didn't know that I could pass, but I knew I could. Like, I knew I was able to. And I just played it slightly above my skill level, basically. And played a lot of that until that, what was slightly above your skill level, or my skill level at the time, became the skill level. And I just kind of continued that going into 2018. 2018, the year that I got really heavily into reading heavy, quote-unquote, technical maps. And the reason why I'm saying that is because tech maps is a blanket term, doesn't always describe things correctly, blah blah blah, but I'm sure you know what I mean when I say tech maps. And this is one of them, with Azer's skin at the time as well. Big inspiration, and shout out to Azer for getting into these kinds of maps. And I learned, not only because I was really into, and still am into, this kind of music, but I love playing stuff like this. It was such a challenge at the time, and it still is, these kinds of maps. Not necessarily this one in particular, but more reading heavy maps in general were so fun to get into. Again, another big change from everything that expanded my skill set and expanded what I was able to do. And there's so many plays again from this time that I wish I had replays for. Some more stream highlights as well that I remember. Among all of the technical and reading heavy maps I was playing at the time, it had been a while since I really farmed PP and delved back into DT. And I realized I had gained so much skill and experience, why don't I actually try high AR DT, because it wasn't something I really ever did. And with also learning about gamma and raising my, in the NVIDIA control panel gamma, to make it easier to read at higher ARs without HD, I began to farm a whole lot of AR9 and above DT, all culminating in a Bombs Away FC that remains my highest PP play. After I got the score on Bombs Away, the farming really did begin to die down a lot. I began to go back to a lot of scores and a lot of maps, like this one, that I had, and when they first got ranked, I just was not able to play at all. And as part of my improvement that I was really starting to focus more towards, that self-improvement, I was trying to go back to these plays and improve my scores on them, or even get scores on them, like this one, when I could never pass it. And it felt so good to experience that. A lot of it was no mod, some of it was DT, trying to go for some cooler, more, cool DT pass scores here and there rather than like DT PP plays. Looking back on it, I'm realizing I didn't really play a lot of hard rock at all, actually. I still kind of don't, but there were a few plays here and there. Mostly just technical, reading heavy, and more big DT stuff. And then in November 2018 is when I felt like I got my first really notable DT play for myself. I came back to maps, insane difficulties of map sets that I never thought ever to DT, and came back at them with the improvement that I have had along with the AR ability to read higher ARs with DT, increase the BPMs I was able to do like when I was learning to stream in 2017, and it brought me some really cool DT plays and some passes to go for that I was really, really proud of being able to finally do. There were still some no-mod plays that were of old maps that I wanted to get at the time. Dopamine and Cheat Reel are two big ones that at the end of 2018 come to mind. So yeah, improvement by the end of 2018 from when I started playing Osu was really, really noticeable, and it's weird looking back on this video and seeing these plays and how much something like this has changed from stuff at the beginning, but at the same time, at the end of the day, really, this looks like a sped up version of some of the maps at the beginning of this video. So maybe things don't change that much after all. And here we are in 2019, where I've been alt training, I've been training really high BPM stuff, trying to get crazy hard rock passes on maps, like tech maps that I used to not be able to pass no mod, and trying to increase my ability with high BPM DT stuff. Going like above 280 BPM alternating and burst training is something that I never really thought of doing. It's one of those skill sets, like looking at speed players and stuff, that I never really felt inspired by, but I began to all of a sudden. Like when I was inspired by Azer to play tech maps, I tried increasing the BPM, going for more big DT plays for myself, and also going for leaderboard scores, taking my old farm PP gaining mentality and putting that towards trying to get onto DT leaderboards and hard rock leaderboards on what would seem like really hard maps to play with hard rock, and improving more than ever while doing that, which has provided me a way to enjoy this game still, even after 5 years of playing it. Recently, I've realized more so than ever that rank isn't the most representative of skill in general, but also personally. Like, I'm now the lowest rank I've been in a while, when I'm definitely the best I've ever been, being able to do stuff like high score DT. And it's not like I'm FCing all of these maps or anything, and there's people who, like I said at the beginning of the video, improve at much faster rates. Everyone goes at their own pace and has their own way of improving. But I'm really proud of how I've been able to improve and what I've been able to accomplish in terms of my own goals and my own skill throughout my almost 5 years of playing this game. This video, nostalgia overdrive, like, oh my. It's insane. I'm really grateful to have been able to spend the time that I've spent playing Osu. Like, this game means a lot to me. It's weird to say that. I never thought when I had started playing this that it would mean as much to me as it does now. I've spent so many hours in this game, and there's many more to come, shockingly. Who knows how long I'll keep playing Osu, and who knows how much more improvement there is to have. I guess there's always stuff to improve and always stuff to change. But please enjoy game, I suppose. I'm enjoying it more than ever, and I look forward to continuing that.
Here we go. I'm the new kid, moving in, getting it done, and I'm officially the candidate for having some fun, you know? You better calm down, Corey. Yeah. I'm talking about an all-out party, and we're getting it started. Mr. President, you mind send me like the guitar? Washington, D.C. will never be the same. We got Corey in the house. Yeah, it's a party every week, baby. Corey, check it out. That's right, I'm in the house. He's gonna shake it up and change it. Shake it up. Just a little bit. New play on the sand. We got Corey in the house. Party! Corey in the house. I'm your man.
That's it! You're well on your way to becoming an Osu Rhythm champion!